Alright, what's going on everybody? This is dreenobeatz, and in this video we're going to deconstruct how Rock Climbing by REMBLE featuring LIL YACHTY was made in FL Studio. Alright, so credit's due. This beat was made by a producer called Laudiano, and hadn't heard of him until now, but it looks like he's made a lot of beats for Blueface, and this one was beautiful too. So going through this beat, it took me a while, but I think I got pretty close to the final product. Some notes might be off, but I think we're pretty close. You have your main piano melody, a counter piano guitar melody, another main melody, another counter melody, then you have a complementary flute, you have a clap, snaps, hi-hat, kick, and an 808. So getting into it, my favorite part of the beat, just using FL keys, the grand piano preset, with you're playing these notes. Alright, and as far as effects go, not a whole lot, just some reverb, delay, EQ'd it just to cut out some of the lows and gave it some wider. Alright, and for the counter melody to those piano notes, we are using two plugins. We're using another FL Keys Grand Piano. We are also using one called AGML. If you listen closely, you can hear some like guitar slide, so I'm pretty sure it's either just a regular acoustic guitar or they layered some two together. For the guitar and the piano counter melody, not a whole lot, just EQ'd some of the highs and lows out, gave it some reverb, delay, more reverb, and also took away some of the mid frequencies. All right, so moving on to this next section of the beat, we have another counter melody coming in. For this one, we are using Purity, the breath bell preset. So far, all the melodies will sound like this. Okay, and then we have our clap coming in using a regular trap clap. Plays this pattern. Cool, and now we're moving on to the next part of the beat right before the drop. We are still left with the Purity bells. Now we have our last melody coming in. For this, we're using Nexus, the plucked 80s ballad bell preset. It'll be playing these notes. So together, the bell and the last melody from Nexus. So as you heard, we have our snaps coming in as well as the hi-hat. For the snaps, I layered two together, one from a BWB kit, as well as another one called the Air Snap. Just has some more reverb to it. For the hi-hats, I'm using one from a UK drill kit called DJ Young Cash hi-hat. Pitched it down just a little bit, and here's the pattern. Alright, so this takes us to the next section, which includes the drop. I'll let that play. I basically layered two kicks together. One is called the Kick 2 from a UK drill beats drum kit, and I layered that with a big head hard kick. So together, those two drum files will be playing this pattern. We're just adding a little bit of soft clipper to that and just boosting some of the bassier frequencies. And for the big head hard kick, we just added a limiter to it with a little bit of ceiling just so it didn't clip as much. All right, lastly, so for the 808 coming in, we are using the Zay 808. Be playing this pattern. And with the kicks, for the 808, really simple, just boosted some of the lower, more sub frequencies and some of the lower bass frequencies. All the drums together so far will sound like this. So for this section, we have one more melody coming in. It's kind of subtle, it took me a while to hear it, but for this one, we are using Purity. This is the pan flute preset. And together the three melodies in this section. and then we go back to the original piano melody. And one more thing to point out just regarding the arrangement, there are some sections obviously where Laudiano delays the kick or the 808 coming in. So for instance, in this section right here, he has the 808 playing, but he cuts out the kick as well as the hi-hat and the snap. It gives it a pretty cool like delayed effect. It's a cool little trick to do whenever you're arranging your beats, just in case you don't want it to sound as repetitive. All right, guys, I think that is it. Thank you so much for watching this Deconstructed. I hope you learned something. If you did, please consider liking and subbing, trying to grow the channel. Really appreciate it. And until then, I guess I will catch you guys in the next video.